I'd like to begin with a fact.
Anyway,
it's not his first though.
This is anyway, this is episode 130.
Dude, we're at 130 now? That's crazy.
130. So thank you guys for being a part of it for the last 129 episodes.
Yeah.
What would you say your favorite episode's been so far?
That's way too hard. I don't know. There's things that episodes we've had that I've forgotten about. Like things that have been hilarious or like very, heartfelt, or just I learned something new from one of our guests or you or that dude that used to be on here. Do you want to tell people about?
Yeah.
When we go first, when you
Yeah, DJ made the conscious decision to no longer be a part of the podcast. So,
yeah, he's having some kind of weird surgery today. He wouldn't even tell us what it is, but he also was like, I don't want to be a part of this either.
He's like, I'm done. I hate you guys, is what his text said.
And then he got like some kind of charge for fighting a kid at the playground too, and
Yeah, he kicked a kid.
yeah,
That's
for saying that his
on.
shoes sucked because they were Skechers. What is he wearing?
I think they said he looked like Ronald McDonald, which in the kid's defense, solid argument.
Yeah, but
And DJ kicked this kid in the face. So I don't know if the surgery has anything to do with running around on playgrounds and kicking children in the face, but
it's probably a foot reduction.
yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know what the recovery period looks like for that, and then I'm assuming he's going to be looking at jail time after that. So,
yeah, well, wish him luck.
I'll
And
definitely keep you guys posted.
yeah.
And T's and P's for DJ.
Yeah.
Speaking of T's and P's, I was going to talk about the show at the Vatican. Did you see
Oh,
the Jelly Roll?
the first ever
Yep.
rap show at the Vatican. Yeah, at the Vatican.
Yeah.
Wait, you said Jelly Roll was there?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did he perform?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so was country music also performed there?
I think he did Save Me and like a couple other songs.
So, have they ever done concerts at the Vatican before this?
I don't really know.
It'd be really nice if we had a producer, but
I would.
actually, I wouldn't call him producer. I would have called him a looker-upper.
But DJ was too busy kicking people, kicking kids in the face.
What a idiot, dude. Well, I have never heard of another show being played at Vatican, but if I had to guess, I bet she was U2.
First ever concert. No, this is the first ever pop concert. Grace for the World.
Does the Vatican run out of money? They're like, we got to get some seats in the house. Like, who do we get? Who's hot right now? And then Pope's just like, y'all boys ever heard of Clips?
But I don't see anything on here about any other previous
Maybe it's a
shows.
first time ordeal. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was really cool watching that footage, though, and Pharrell gave this speech that's of him, like, trying to make mankind wake up and
Spread the
realize,
light.
make sure people know, hey, man, a lot of things are different, but they're not that different. Y'all are sweating the wrong shit. Wait, this
I
happened.
said that, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll summarize it for the
But,
people.
hey, he was wearing a pretty sick grill the whole time too.
Yeah, he was talking. I was like, his teeth look extra shiny. I've never seen him wear a grill before. He's like, I gotta go to Vatican. I gotta get a grill.
I think you have to. I think that's the rule there.
The Pope's got one too. That'd be amazing.
He just moved in.
He's just like,
What if Pharrell gifted him with one? He was like, Your Holiness, if you're gonna be
and
around.
here's a copy of all my CDs because I know you old school.
But yeah, so the whole thing was produced by Pharrell. I think they said like 300,000 people were there. I think that's what I was reading online. And it said over 250,000. But I think on that thing we watched, it said near 300,000, which is a lot of people.
So I wonder if people got tickets like, oh shit, Clips is going to be there. I got to go to the Vatican. Or was it just people like, hey, if you're in town, you're at a citizen. I don't know if there's citizens
I
there,
don't know.
or if you're just like.
No, there's no. It's not. It's in Italy, but it's not a part of Italy. It's
Yeah,
like
I didn't
its
think
own
so.
separate,
So
like-
citizens outside of
Yeah.
it, probably the ones that all came. It was probably they probably didn't have to pay too much.
Yeah, I can imagine tickets weren't cheap.
I probably think they didn't have to pay a whole lot. I don't know, man. They're already rich as hell. Why are they charging a bunch more for people? All right, that was dumb. That was
money grab.
that was
Maybe some
stupid.
money grab. Who knows? Who knows? But that was dope.
Are you gonna convert to Catholicism?
Nah, I'm good on that. Nope.
But dude,
I'm good
Clips
on
was
that.
there for real. You sure?
Nah, I'm good on that.
All right, cool. I'm
That
not gonna
still didn't
hey,
persuade me.
I'm not converting either.
I had a girlfriend in high school who was Catholic. I did a few Catholic masses, and no disrespect. If it works for people, it works for people, but not my cup of tea.
Isn't it like 5-hour services?
Not so
Not
much
that
in
long,
this
but-
case, but it was just like it was so structured. My ADHD couldn't handle it. Stand up, sit down, kneel down, sit down, stand up, kneel down.
It was like
sit
a
down.
non-fun game of Twister
Yeah. That's
or
basically what it was.
Hokey Pokey.
Kind of. Yep. More so.
You put your Bible down, you pick your Bible
And then it's
up.
like chant this, and everybody's supposed to know what to chant back, and it's like, oh man, I don't know what I'm saying here. So, it was very
So that's the
weird.
trade-off probably for Catholicism is like, hey, you come to service, you have to do the cha-cha slide for 3 hours straight, but any sin you commit, just go in a box, tell somebody, you're good.
Can you imagine if that was in the Bible? The only way to repentance is doing the cha-cha slide for at least 30 minutes.
That's how it is in some of the black churches.
I don't think you can say that, but you said it, so.
Why not? I've been to church.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mount Zion, baby.
Let's go. That's where Keisha and I are going to end up going before too long. Mark my words. All right, well, with that being said, I mean, it's really kind of hard to beat around. I've been telling people, here's what I'll say about it. Because I'll be honest with you guys, and if you listen to this podcast, yeah, buckle up, folks.
I'm going to turn my back backwards.
And or if you've ever had a conversation with me and Xavier, you know that we don't get deep into political stuff a lot on this podcast. We don't get deep into religious stuff on this podcast.
We just did both of those things.
But as a podcast that tries to just keep up with the times and what's going on, it's kind of hard to avoid the giant
It's not even an elephant in the
Republican elephant in the room.
It's not even a Republican elephant. See, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Finger pointing labels.
I did it. No,
Political
but,
elephant, okay?
yeah, I mean, it's like people don't understand it's weird to do a podcast like this when such a big event like the assassination of Charlie Kirk happens and you just don't talk about it. It's just weird. It feels awkward. And to be honest, it's hard to move forward even into next episodes because you feel like you just kind of buried your head in the sand again during a time when there's something very obvious going on. So I say all that to say Xavier and I would love to talk to you guys about hip-hop, movies,
Technology,
festivals,
weird experiences, things that happen.
all that stuff. We don't really want to talk to you guys about political or religious stuff. With that being said, we're going to talk about this assassination of Charlie Kirk, and it's going to get into some religious and political conversations. And yeah, it's but we feel like we just got to talk about it and talk through it because. And I'll also say, neither of us are experts on the situation. I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was a week ago. So,
straight up, my roommate texted me. He was like, "They killed your boy." I was like, "My boy," and I was like, "God, please don't be Donald Glover or somebody I actually give a shit about." And then he said that name. I was like, I don't know who that is. Is some soul singer or some shit. And he was like, "No, dude, this is a guy on YouTube who blah blah blah." And he's very into this whole. He's very big into politics and choosing sides and all that shit. I'm not about it. I'll listen to people. I'll talk to them about it, but I'm already dead center pretty much. But then I learned a lot about who that was that day, and then I got on social media. And things turned ugly very quickly. And
it got real divisive.
I ended up taking a week off social media, but that sparked it. Like, I've been thinking about doing it recently anyway. I get more done. When I'm not scrolling my phone, my mood is better. I'm more focused.
Well, that happened like Wednesday. So you've been off social media like basically this whole time
until Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
yesterday.
I'm back on. I was
4 or
back
5
on
days.
yesterday, and my feed was still a little bit of that. But I'm not really one of those people watching this dude get assassinated. Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah, I did not see the video. I kind of refused to watch it.
I'm not watching it. I don't care to watch it. It's. Honestly, I don't care what you think. I think it's horrible that this man was murdered. He might have had he might have said some things that a lot of people are very in favor of, but I don't think you should be killed for what's said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I've been thinking about that a lot. And, like, again, this is, like, it's such a polarizing and, like, divisive topic. Because, again, it goes deeper into, like, politics and religion and just different. And, like, even Charlie was, like, pretty divisive himself. So it gets real tricky. But I think that's definitely something that honestly, if I feel very strongly about any point in this, that is something I do feel very strongly about, is we've got to put the guns down. And we definitely cannot, I don't want to say glorify or like celebrate. I don't want to like use the wrong terminology. But honestly, if I'm going to be real, some of you guys out there, and you know you're talking about, like, made some Facebook posts that were, like, not in
the best taste.
Yeah, not in the best taste, and, like, just not very empathetic to the fact that, like, this person may have disagreed with you and maybe was, like, spreading a political or religious agenda that you didn't agree with. But that's still a human life that got assassinated in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of other humans, young human beings, who was like a husband and a kid. And again, I'm with you, man. Like, I don't really care your religious affiliation. I think everybody needs to do a gut check, because again, that becomes a real slippery slope as a society. And I was even telling you about this, you know, kind of soon after it happened.
Yeah.
This is kind of how I felt after the CEO or whatever of the United Healthcare big corporation got assassinated like last year, whatever.
The CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah, and it's like, man, again, like, I agree our healthcare system's very messed up, but like, I don't know if assassinating CEOs is the way to fix that, and I don't.
A lot of people justify that because he's in so much control of what happens, and there's people who are denied services that could have saved their lives. So that's why a lot of people were like,
yeah,
sorry, you're dead, but a lot of things that you're in control of led to other people dying.
Yeah, but you could also say that about every president too. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
and it's like the further I dive,
we just can't assassinate people. Like, that's all I'm saying, man. We can't assassinate people.
The further I dive into learning about anything of this sort, I feel the more I'm learning, the more I'm just like disconnected at the same time. Where I see things from both sides. I don't really agree with taking action to that level. But, I mean, like, I've actually talked to someone recently. He was like, yeah, he deserved to die. Straight up told me to my face. And I was like, you really think so? He was like, yeah. Because what he's saying leads to other people completing those actions.
Yeah.
I was like, people were, like, comparing, like, not comparing him to Hitler, but I'm like, people, when Hitler died, he's like, all Hitler did was just talk, and look what happened. And I was like,
yeah,
well, I mean,
and honestly, like, I don't agree with that. Like, I don't agree that he deserved to die. I understand that what a lot of he was saying, and a lot of the MAGA agenda, and a lot of the MAGA supporters feel that they have a platform to do and act on racist stuff because of Donald Trump.
Oh, it definitely opened the floodgates for people to, like, come out of their comfort zone and say shit they couldn't have said a couple years ago because things were leaning more towards.
Which is like weird for me because honestly, man, the weird thing in all of this is that's the thing I actually kind of liked about Charlie Kirk is I feel like as like against as I am on a lot of his beliefs, he was so pro First Amendment that I feel like, honestly, I feel like he tried to keep his visits and all that as like calm as possible to keep an open dialogue. Like, I feel like he valued open dialogue and knew if things got rowdy and people started chanting and screaming at liberals that things would get out of, and he did not want that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I also know that his agenda, like you said, like makes it those people feel really comfortable
and
to lead
empowered
that
to
event.
do.
Yup, and then start yelling at black people and talking to gay people and saying a bunch of bullshit and acting on it that they probably wouldn't have felt comfortable with.
And he didn't say, "Hey, go out and."
Exactly. So like that's where it's.
And I'm like, okay, like I get that taking physical action against people that you dislike because of whatever it's not okay. If they haven't done anything to you directly, like you can't lay hands on somebody,
Well,
man. You're not defending yourself. But here's the thing: is like with all this being said, left versus right, the man that killed him leaned which way? Right.
From what we understand.
From what we understand.
We understand. Well, from what I understand, his
What's
parents.
been told to the.
Yeah, his parents are both Republican, and I think there's this assumption that because he was in a Republican household that he also leans right. I think my confusion with that is like, I just don't know how, like, if you're a Trump supporter, why you would like take out this big voice for the MAGA movement. So I'm like trying to wrap my head around that. I think it definitely is like a mental health. Like, again, anybody that's like willing to assassinate somebody in front of thousands of people like that, like, obviously has some screws loose a little bit. But I mean, a couple of the videos you showed, and obviously like our perspectives on this are different because of the amount of melanin in our skin. But you know, we saw a lot of white people like instantly, let's call it what it was, having these white rallies basically where they were chanting racist things and saying all these racist things.
And I showed you some of those.
Yeah, and like you said,
they
were acting like the shooter was black. Like that's what was weird.
I need to like actually look up which way he was leaning, but I'm pretty sure that
but like
he
you
was
know what I'm
right.
saying?
He was leaning right, but also he was like, "Hey, he's the enemy."
Yeah,
but also I don't know how there's a spectrum of like how far someone leans politically, or you can say even ideologies, which ties into political stance. But just to like stay within the same realm and just show what is happening. I talked to you about it before. I got off of social media last week, the day of, and I'm not gonna name this person. Someone I worked with years and years ago made this post. I stay out of drama. You know me. I don't dive into shit like this. I don't engage, and I decided to. You may have read this. I don't know. Maybe. So this person said, "Just watch." This is a completely different event, but it ties race relations into it, right? So you know about the girl who was stabbed on the I don't know if it was a train or whatever it was, a bus or something. In where was it at? South Carolina, North Carolina.
I didn't know.
Oh wait, you don't know about this?
No, I don't know about this.
So the day this happened, there was a school shooting that happened. Someone sent me something about someone being beheaded somewhere in like Colorado or something. And then there was this girl who was just on a bus, and this guy for no reason, just unprovoked, just attacked this girl and murdered her. And there's a video footage of her getting stabbed. And there's a bunch of people on the bus with her, and no one did anything to stop it. And
that's weird.
Yeah, so this guy, he in his post, he said, just watch the raw video of the 23-year-old woman getting stabbed to death for no reason on the subway in Charlotte. I think her name was, I don't want to butcher her name, but it's Irina Zaruska. And I'm beyond tired of ghetto culture, and he says in quotations, and this is all race issue, but predominantly black is my guess. Okay. Isn't that cool at all? And I'm sick of seeing it. This piece of trash that killed her, it said twice, I got that white girl. He says, racist piece of shit. This guy is white. He's a public stonings. Good choice for saying stonings, and that's something else. Public stonings need to make a comeback. You do something like that, you literally get killed by people smashing your body with rocks or worse. Things are also acceptable. Worse things are also acceptable. Same treatment would work too. A message needs to be sent, a strong message. Stay alert, carry protection, be responsible with said protection, be ready to act, and stay alive. Be ready to help someone else stay alive too. Alright?
Why do people say shit like that, dude? We're not gonna start stoning people again. Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not done yet. Somebody else got on here. Somebody else I knew. Said, hey man, you didn't need to make this a race thing, especially when you're talking about seemingly random act of violence. I'm willing to bet if this was done by a white guy, people would be digging to find out if he had a history of mental illness or if he was provoked. Violence isn't inherently ghetto. In almost every situation where a white person attacks a POC in some capacity, right? There's more after that. And then I told, because I worked with this guy, like I was cool with this man, like we had good interactions, and I was just like, yeah, bringing race into this conversation wasn't a good look, dude. He was schizophrenic, right? I actually looked it up. Maybe think a little bit before posting. He goes, maybe you should think a little bit before posting. The murderer said, I got that white girl. I didn't bring race into it, he did. And then he says, but I know I'm not a racist. I also know that there's many issues in this situation. Race is definitely one of them. I said, I'm not going to say this, I almost did. And it's one person, not a hate group out to kill white people. So to bring up race after he mentioned it adds fuel to the fire for people who want it to be about race. First and foremost, it is not a race issue that causes, it's a mental health issue and a failed judicial issue. There's people who aren't ghetto or predominantly black, for your guess, who murder innocent people all the time. And I said some more after that, and I was like, this dude had a history. He had like 14 different charges throughout his life. He had so many different charges. He's one of the people who should never have been let go. He should have stayed in jail. And I told him, like, dude, this is not a good look. You don't need to say this because you're feeding fuel to the wrong fire. One will keep you warm, and one will blow everything up. And you're choosing the one that's going to make everything blow up. And his post is blowing up. People were just getting really mad, but also being like, I feel really bad for this girl because, like, I do too. Yeah. This girl was just
Sam. And that's what I'm saying.
And she happened to be from Ukraine, which is another reason why I made the news. But also being attacked. So, black guy on his subway, he just decided to just kill this random girl, and she happened to be white, from Ukraine, and pretty. And I feel like people felt more sympathy because of that. Just to be honest, it doesn't matter what race somebody is or how attractive they are. This shit should not be happening. And the number one thing with all of this, Charlie Kirk incident included, is mental health. This country is not taking mental health. The government, I'll say at least, whatever, is not taking mental health in a serious way. To where, like, they're sending armies to military to these major cities to stop crime, but they're not sending armies of people who are
therapists,
counselors, therapists, like programs. They're cutting funding for mental health. There's no incentives for people to get into that industry. Like, hey, if you go, we'll pay for all your college, and you'll be making way more than you should be. Not should be, but
Well,
more than they currently are.
Yeah.
And it's 150%. You can ask either side of this. You think mental health is a problem in this country?
Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Every single person who knows a little bit would be like, yeah.
Do you think? And I'm getting a little off topic here, but do you think this incident will like make Republicans think more about mental health, like moving forward?
I really hope so. But then you just see the videos of the rally where it's a bunch of white dudes saying, "White men fight back. White men fight back. White men fight back." The guy who killed him was white.
I don't get that.
White and Republican. And that's other. And then I started the video afterwards. The two different people were like, "The enemy's already been chosen. It doesn't even matter who did it. They already have it in their mind. Like this is because of this demographic and not my demographic.
Yeah.
Divide and conquer is working.
Which is crazy.
Divide and conquer is working better than it ever has.
Which is also brings up a good point that like I wanted to talk about on this podcast, and that I'll take one too. A treat. I just really need us as a country moving forward, especially in the day of AI and unlimited internet and everything else, to just do your research. Like, just do your research. I have a hard time having conversations with people, and like the only thing they can source is like a few TikTok videos that they watched. I just want us getting back to like go to the raw data, right? Like go find whatever the thing was that you're talking about, or like whatever book it came from. Go read that yourself and come up with your own opinion on it. And I don't know, like I just feel like this issue goes a lot deeper than just like what you can see on a 30-second TikTok. Like no matter how you feel about
nobody
it.
reads anymore. People don't even want to watch like full-length videos. I've talked about this before, everyone's attention span and brains are being rewired for dopamine hits all day long because of social media. People are getting bored very quickly. No one just sits there with their thoughts. No one takes a week, 2 weeks off of their social media and just let their brain reset to the normal reality we've had for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We are not supposed to take in this much information, good or bad.
Yeah, because it's a lot
like
of
information.
We're
all becoming fiends.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Of like, and you got to really check your sources. And like, I think a lot of the problem with Instagram Reels, TikToks, and just social media in general is, going back to the divisive thing, is your algorithm feeds what you want to see, right? So a lot of people are forming these opinions, again, on every side of this issue based on TikTok videos that you've seen curated by people that believe what you believe and think what you think. What I'm, I guess, a proponent of is I'm just a type of person, especially on like deep issues like this, I want to see as many perspectives as I possibly can. And I just want to know, like, why do people think that? Even people that don't agree with what I agree with, I want to know, why do you think that? You know what I mean? So that's what I encourage people to do, is like, and that's what because when like I said, I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was a week ago. And then when I started looking up videos, of course, you get all the, you get the TikTok, like him, there's the notorious one of like him calling that guy Chink at that like conference like multiple times, several videos. Oh, you haven't seen that video? Oh yeah, it's from like 6 years ago. He's at like, it's like a political con or whatever. It's like literally a...
That sounds like hell.
Yeah, I don't know what, but it's like basically like Charlie Kirk, the most Republican conservative you can be, and then this like I think two actually like really liberal guys, and they're like going back and forth. And yeah, he like freaked out on somebody who's like says he like wasn't a capitalist or something, and he's like, I've been a capitalist every day of my life, you drink, which obviously is like not. I don't even know if I can say that on this fucking podcast. Actually, I'm quoting Charlie Kirk, by the way, but yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad.
a lot of people don't have sympathy for him because of things like that.
Well, I think what it does is it dehumanizes somebody.
Yeah,
and like that's bad. Like I'm not trying to defend what he's saying by any means. Like please don't like take this out of context.
Yeah, he's not.
And let me say this too. And I'll get to this in a second, but yeah, like I just don't agree with his like politics, his message. Again, I'm not on the MAGA train at all. Like so all that stuff, I do not support it. Really, that's why I saw him. Really, kind of my line stops with Charlie Kirk at like his support of the First Amendment, of like freedom of speech. I think people should be able to go out and have an open dialogue. And I honestly appreciate, as I was doing more research and I watched his show in more of a full context, I appreciate actually how he opens up a dialogue to hear from different people's perspectives and gets people thinking. And again, I'm not with any of his thought process, right? And I have a lot of issues with kind of how he does that at the same time. But this kind of goes back to what we were saying of like, I think if you start assassinating people like that, you're starting to take away free speech. Yeah, and again, I think a lot of people that are posting a lot of the kind of more distasteful stuff on social media, it's like you're only posting that because this person doesn't agree with you politically and doesn't agree with your religious beliefs. But if this was somebody that was on your side of whatever spectrum it is, like, there's no way you would be posting. And you'd be getting really upset if people were posting this stuff about somebody you supported. So it's like, that's where I just go back to, and I like circled way back. Like, we as a society need to agree that that's not okay because both sides can do that shit and it doesn't help us as a society. I don't think it ever has. I don't think it ever will.
You know the whole saying of separation of church and state?
Yeah, yikes, we're in a dark spot.
That's okay. I believe
nobody's listening to this podcast anymore, by the way. But yeah.
They're like, I'm getting off of this shit. There's someone who's not probably heated about this. I believe a lot of the basis of these problems are the ideologies. I don't think, like you yourself, you are a Christian. You are a great example of somebody who's a Christian. I got good friends who are Muslim, great people. I have great friends who are atheists. And I've met people who are Wiccan, whatever, man. And Buddhist, whatever. And Hindi, just... And it's when you start leaning too far in a direction, whatever it be, that becomes a problem. There's not balance. We need to bring balance back. And that's not what happened, especially with everyone's eyes on everything political and making everything political.
Yeah.
And there's no way to undo this. I don't know how they're going to solve this. Like I just said, helping people's mental health should be one of the biggest priorities in this entire country.
Yeah.
I don't think building a wall should be it. I don't even think the military should be it. I think we should get everyone's minds right. Yeah. Get some education, real education that actually people can apply to whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
You know,
well, we just need more access.
Yes, and it's not that way, and it's. I just kind of feel like we're stuck in a hamster wheel that's going in the wrong direction.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like I just. We've got to start finding more common ground and like more unity. Otherwise, I'm just worried that shit like this is going to continue and it's just like going to get worse.
You know what? Like, not to be like a pessimistic human being, but they saw all the great empires fall, and we might just be watching it happen.
Yeah.
And,
but like,
as much as I don't want that to be what's happening,
but like the crazy thing is, like, what does that even look like in like the new millennium? Like, we get bought out by like China or something? Like, I don't even know.
I don't think so. They might have. I mean, people are always worried about us going to war with China, but we are way too dependent on each other.
But like, what happens if the U.S. collapses? Like, do we go into like a civil war? Is that what's going on? Like, what?
That's one part of it. It'd be a civil war, which is.
But like, then
is like we're looking at the edges of that because everything's so divided.
Okay,
we're looking at that, but no one's gonna quit their 9 to 5 to go fight
A civil war, like
Joe,
yeah, like I'm not
Joe
doing that.
Pescatilla in New Jersey,
In Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no
I'm not
one's
doing
gonna
that.
quit their job to go fight.
And it's like, who are we fighting?
It's
Is it
gonna be
Republicans versus Democrats? Like,
it's conservatives versus liberals.
but that's like,
That's
how do
what
you
it
do
would.
that?
That's what it would
like,
be.
who's the U.S. military side with?
Dude, it's not.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it would just be like
Sticky egg.
I don't know.
Wait,
To be
you know what
honest.
I'm saying?
There was that Civil War movie. Did you watch that? That
Yeah,
came out.
That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Marvel movie of all the Marvel movies.
Dude, I'm
Was
sorry, but
Civil War.
Iron Man all day. No, but seriously, the Civil War movie, not that one. Oh, you really don't know what I'm
just
talking
came
about?
out?
That you're
Like,
being
just-
funny.
No,
No,
just came out.
they made a movie where Nick Offerman's the president, and the United States has a civil war, and it's between
Oh, yes,
the
yes,
left
yes,
and the
yes,
right.
yes,
I
yeah,
think
know
it's
what
an
you're talking
A24 movie.
about. Yeah, no, I never saw
It was
that. I know what
pretty
you're talking
cool, but they made it very vague. Like, they're like, you can kind of tell by looking at it, like, what are you doing around these parts, boy? And you're like, oh, man.
about.
They just have things in there where you're like, you can kind of tell who's supposed to be left and who's supposed to be right. But anyways, I don't know how the military would interact
It's
with.
so weird. Well, it's also weird because we also, like, if we think back to the Civil War, we assume that everybody in the South was a racist slave owner that, and like the reality, like these type of situations help me realize that like it's not that black and white, and there's like plenty of people in the South that like
aren't.
were anti-slavery, and there's plenty of people in the North, I'm sure, that were racist as shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
pro-slavery. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
it's like, but I mean, I'm definitely with you, man. I will say, for me personally, that's been probably my biggest struggle over the last like week and a half. Is like, it's really hard to like be a Christian right now. To be honest, I feel like if I don't side with Charlie Kirk, like everybody at my church is like thinks I'm a bad Christian. And I feel like if I don't co-sign with Charlie Kirk because. Not because I don't think there aren't like some good positive things
It's
that
not
he
equality,
had to say.
dude. That's what
But
Jesus,
yeah, I mean,
Jesus is about, right?
Yeah,
Jesus
at the end of
is
the day,
equality.
He just preached so much hatred and racism, and it's a lot of it. Bless his heart, is just like buried in ignorance. Like in white, he just grew up in
In a
rich
bubble.
white suburbia. Yep, and like. You can tell when he describes like his political policies that he just has a prejudice idea that black people are like lazy and like don't have their priorities straight.
Wasn't
and, like,
Candace Owens one of his best friends?
that's what they keep saying.
I don't know how true that is. I also didn't dive that far into it, but they at least have been seen together and like talking and and hanging out, I guess. So maybe they were. But
I don't know. I think he would probably disguise it in like political jargon, but I think at the end of the day, man, like I said, it's just like really hard for me to co-sign on a guy who like says he's Christian and then like says racist stuff, like he wouldn't be comfortable getting on a plane with a black pilot. Like, I don't.
he said that shit.
Oh, buddy, I got some videos I gotta send you.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
dude.
and like his argument is, it's like DEI. It's like the.
Like, oh, they're just hiring anybody
Right,
to make
so
things,
it's like-
make equality happen.
So,
So
you've
they'll
like got to
hire,
question if, and it's like
they'll hire
again,
somebody who's not actually qualified just to fill in the.
But he doesn't even understand that like the whole reason DEI exists is because of like institutionalized racism for like so freaking long.
Somebody gets it.
So yeah, ally. But it's just like it's like shit like that, man. And I will say, after watching a little bit of Charlie Kirk, like, so that's where I'm at from a like religious perspective of like it's polarizing, man. And I'm like torn. Like, I want people to go on college campuses and talk about Jesus. I don't want people to like tell people to go hate different demographics of people. Like, that's not what my Bible says. So I don't know. I just, that's what I'm kind of saying. I kind of draw the line at like the First Amendment. It's like everything he was saying, I don't agree with, but like I agree with the forum that he delivered it in. And I quite honestly, I wish more people would do stuff like that. I wish more people with different perspectives would just like pop up and be like, hey, let's have an open discussion.
There's enough of that. There's honestly, I think there's too many voices. Because of social media.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an opinion about everything now. And there's people who think they know everything. They know everything, but only a little bit of everything. Right. Like you're saying, people should do the research.
Yeah.
I myself have done a lot of research, but I know for the fact that people saying, "Oh, I'm glad he's dead. He deserved to die." I don't think he deserved to die. I'm sorry. You can hate me for thinking that if you want. Whatever. I don't think he deserved to die. Well, yeah. I think maybe spreading hate is not okay. Okay, that's the basis.
Yeah.
And like I was talking about the murder on the subway, people are turning that into a racial thing, but first and foremost, it's a mental health thing. Doesn't matter where the dude lived. There's a school shooter. There's a school shooter, and I honestly I didn't even look anything up about the school shooter because even though we're talking about this is the stuff I don't want to talk about as often because it's.
Well, it's to kind of give you the baseline. It was apparently a transgendered person that was,
and this is like the third or fourth one I know of. The shooter happened here in Nashville.
But it's is it a transgendered thing or is this a mental health thing?
Mental health,
and it all stems back. So,
and then some people would be like, "Well, all the transgender people have mental health issues,"
and it's
but you can't generalize.
It's a generalized statement.
You can't, and that's people are
There's also plenty of perfectly functioning, happening well, great people in society that are transgender. It's just.
We just don't get it, man.
I just wish
maybe we really do.
You know what I wish, man? I just wish people would talk to people. And I think that's kind of one thing I kind of learned too in this whole thing of man, we're just really bad at disagreeing with each other.
It didn't used to be that way
on both sides.
I heard people say back in the 90s, adults would be like, "You're Republican or Democratic. I don't agree with you, but hey, we can still be neighbors. Come over for dinner."
Yeah, now it's I think that was before both sides were pieces of shit.
You think no, there have been pieces of shit for a long time. I mean, there's been a little bit of pieces of shit, There's been
they've been small, tiny
little
pieces
turns
of shit
this entire time, and it's just got amplified because of social media, 24/7 news that is curated to keep people scared. I showed you what Mom sent me.
An AI video.
AI video of.
Bless her heart.
Love you, Carl. Love you, Mom. They use fear tactics to keep people divided. So if you keep you on edge and it comes to keeping people even there's certain companies who are politically tied now. They make it known because it generates them money. It's guaranteed to have this demographic purchase your stuff or use your
stuff. And if it works for your demographic, great. If it doesn't work for your demographic, it can be detrimental.
Yeah, and it's the divide and conquer thing is happening, and people don't see this right in front of their face.
Why is that? Why are we so afraid to just have conversations with people we disagree? Is it uncomfortable?
I think it's because the people who are running everything are sociopaths.
Is that what we're just taught to be this side or that
side?
The
people who are running, I think the people who are running a lot of our country and the corporations that run our country are the people who are very power hungry, and they will do anything it takes to get the top, to get more power, because I don't think they feel anything else. Nothing else fuels them like having control, even if it's
100%.
Even if it's control in a way that's negative. They don't care. You've met people in real life who aren't
they've done terrible things to keep that power.
Their ability to manipulate people has gotten them to the top. Screw over whoever they want. I'm going to go and say it. Our president is that person. You're talking about the debates. Instead of having a debate, if you look at debates from the 90s, the 80s, 70s, and you see these politicians speak, it's though it's very professional. A lot of it is scripted, but some of it actually made sense. Even if you didn't agree with it, you're like, all right, I can see your point. This man goes into debate. He's just roasting people.
It's just people screaming.
He's just like, well, your son's a drug addict, and it's like, what?
He's not a loser. You're the loser.
Yeah, it's just and
it's just grown adults screaming at each other, and that's what I can't say. It's like watching 7th graders.
And my whole point of this is there's a lot of more people with power running these things, and these other people falling in line behind it because a lot of people gravitate towards a big shiny. Explosive, whatever you want to call it. Something that's not just I want to be calm, cool, collective. People are drawn to like reality TV, these shows where people are. It's all drama that keeps people like eyes glued to the screen, and even if that's not politics, it's something else.
Yeah.
But it's so much more enticing for these people because it's what's gonna happen to a lot of our country. That's yeah.
And I think it's very easy for them to like post a story, and then like I said, I think it becomes divisive because it's like, all right, you're either on this side or you're on that side. You either like are mourning Charlie Kirk and you think the flag should be at half mast and you're like at a prayer vigil for it, or you like hate this guy and he's a racist and he deserved to die. And it's like, I don't know, man. There's probably some middle ground. Like, and I just, like, that's what's been hard for me, man. Is like, it's been hard for me to tell, like, my Christian circles of, like, hey, guys, like, I get that this guy was, like, talking about Jesus and stuff, but, like, again, he also said a couple of the people I talked to that are more conservative Christians that I was like, hey, like, I don't know about all this racist stuff. They were like, oh, wait, what are you talking about? What racist stuff what are you talking about?
But then I showed the video
of
the rallies.
Yeah, like, how have you not been seeing? So, again, that just goes back to, like, people on their algorithms, they see whatever they want to see. It's not curated to give you a diverse perspectives and diverse spectrum of opinions. It's calculated to give you people that think like you think. And so just like it's even harder today to step out of that and go do your own research. And like I said, like, go to the source, go watch a video on it, go read an article about it.
Something a lot longer than
stop reading headlines.
But also, Legacy Media does this whole thing when they do article, or I don't even call it article, where they do pieces where it's like all the hot topics. They grab people's attention with the certain keywords that are triggering, and the same thing with headlines. The headlines you read in the news now are just so like, I've seen the headlines for something and been like, what? That's wild, and then like read it, and then you realize we're like, they just changed their wording to make it sound more extreme. Yeah. And when you watch television, it's the news, it's the exact same thing, and they will also use like, hey, this demographic, this is more prone to this, whether it be race or what class, how much money they make or whatever it is. And they know what they're doing, but these people out here, a lot of people out here just don't realize that. No. And I don't know, I don't preach anymore. Like, I'll talk to like you or like some close friends, but some strangers, like, I mean, someone can say something to me and I'm like, yeah, man, shit's fucked up. Like, what else you want me to say? Yeah. If each individual person really, really took into account that if they just treated everyone else the way they wanted to be treated, no matter who they are, we would be so much greater as a society, and society is crumbling before us. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm also thinking like steps ahead. This is not the conversation we're trying to have right now, but this whole AI thing that's happening and what's going to be happening in just a few years, we're not going to forget about this, but everything's going to be flipped on its head.
It's really weird.
And race relations should be the least of your concerns, or political stances, because it's about to get really weird. I've dove into too much stuff I wish I didn't. I'm serious. Not just like I said, Legacy Media. I'm watching 3-hour long podcasts with people who are experts, inventors, scientists in these fields, and they're talking about like, you better get a seatbelt on because it's about to get.
And it's gonna change more. Get even harder to decipher what is the truth.
Oh yeah, especially with everything being. I need to. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take a bathroom break real quick.
All right,
but I got.
All right, cool. Quick break.
Yeah.
So AI.
Basically, I was saying that people are so worried about what they're currently worried so much about, but the real threat that's going to change all society quicker than anything else, more drastic than anything else that's ever happened, within 10 years, maybe less than that, I'm like, I can't worry about this. Like, I know it's a real threat right now because people are gonna use these events to go out and commit more hate crimes.
Yeah.
But I just showed you during this break we just had. I saw this video where they had this panel of people and they're like, we're gonna show you unreleased Donald Trump audio that's gonna be sent to the public, and we want some feedback on it. And it's not really him saying it. It's a voice just like his. He's talking to somebody else, and he's just saying the most uncalled for, outlandish,
hiding video cameras in a
in
women's
dressing
locker
room, and they go through all these different scenarios, and these people are just in this room are just defending him to the fullest. Like, he said something about what he said, just talking about his daughter. He's like, I'm a little woozy from this paternity test. I gave blood today, and just trying to make sure my daughter is mine, because why would I pass up on that if she's not? And then, like, he goes further into it, and they cut the video off. The guy's just like, he's just complimenting his daughter. I'm like, these people are like, some of these people are just ride or die.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's people like this on the left too, who will make excuses for things that are crazy that the Democratic Party was trying to push not that long ago.
No.
And now we're seeing it from the right side also.
Yeah, I think it goes back to, like,
just
if you find yourself in the political extremist pool, maybe do some research and, like, figure out why does everyone believe what I believe, also psychopaths.
They don't see them as psychopaths. Some of these people don't. They're like, well, whatever gets my few core beliefs embedded into society where that's how everything runs. I don't care who's running it. Like, who cares if this guy is possibly or is a... I can't say that word on here, can I? Pedophile.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You can say that.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. We'll get into that actually in a second. We'll do a quick Patreon segment. I actually want to talk about that. But enough Charlie Kern stuff.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, whoever is still listening, because I know a lot of people are very triggered
checked out,
and heated by this whole thing. Hated or love it. We decided to go off the script. Not the script, what am I saying?
Just go love one each other.
We just went...
That's all we're saying.
Against our regular rules of not engaging or talking about politics or, religion, mostly politics this time. And we had to speak about it. Like, this is also a timestamp for us. We'll look back on these podcasts years and years and years from now, and we'll be like, oh, that happened. Or just kind of remind us, like, where we were individually, as individuals, and also as a society. Yeah. And we'll look at these podcasts years from now. Even, I don't know if we'll still be doing it in 5 years, but we probably will.
Yeah, and again, kind of like what I started with the conversation of, like, I just want people to understand of, like, it's as uncomfortable as it is to, like, speak about really, like, again, like, divisive, polarizing stuff like this. And we're like, well, you guys know too, we're putting ourselves out there. Like, we have no idea how you guys are going to react to this, and, like, love it or hate it. This is just, like, kind of our thoughts on it. Like, we're, again, by no means experts on this, and we're by no means saying that, our opinions are what you guys should go out and, like, be spewing. Like, please don't, Easy once said, don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. So please, just, like, we're, again, like Xavier said, in 5 years, we may have totally different opinions on this, so we just don't know.
We're not worried about something completely different that's a threat to everyone equally.
Yeah. But in the meantime, love one another, unity, and have conversations.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
And with that being said, if you do find yourself, looking for a safe place to promote equality and uplift women and minorities and the LGBTQ community, we have a space for you coming up in October, the 16th through 19th. If you haven't heard us talk about it,
get your tickets.
Goddess Awakening is going to be happening. We are less than 30 days out, folks.
30 as of today.
Yeah. So, and that's the day recorded. So by the time it comes out to you
that's
guys,
true.
We need to be scrambling, right? We've been our workshop schedule is coming out soon. So if you're one of those people, you're excited for that, and be on the lookout. That should be announced here coming up. And a lot of vendors have been announced. My personal favorite, probably the pizza spot. Or there's also another food vendor called the Trippy Turtle that I'm excited about. But a lot of other vendors, Delev's Robot Art, Tasha's Trinkets, Kitty Flipper Candy, MILF Made Clips, just to name a few.
That's not a section on your favorite website.
Yep, nope.
Nope, sorry.
What did we say? Made in love of furs or something.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be like the kitty ears. Like
Yep. But if you're like scrambling and you're like, oh shoot, I still don't have my tickets, you can get 20% off your tickets if you use promo code podcast at checkout. So make sure to do that because we really want to see you. You guys have heard us talk about it a whole lot. Again, there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on in the world right now. If you just need a weekend to get out and go be with some like-minded individuals and talk about what you're going, like, this is going to be a really safe space for that. So
or just kind of disconnect and never try to worry about that too much.
Yeah.
Just go have a good time, talk about something else.
Go dance, go listen to music,
make some new friends, create some art, learn something new,
go to some awesome workshops,
do something that's gonna benefit your soul, and forget about everything else for a little bit.
That's a good point, man. If this whole week's been a lot for you, I think Goddess Awakening can be a great place for a lot of people to recharge and just kind of refocus and recalibrate.
Yeah, maybe get a little bit more hope.
Yep. So again, you can get 20% off your tickets by using the promo code podcast at checkout. All right, I got one more thing I want to talk about on the Patreon side. Do you have anything else you want to...
I definitely do, actually.
Okay.
For this one, you know what? I'm going to just throw it. Yeah, let's just do it in
the Patreon?
Wait. Do you want to... Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Well, if you want to hear that, then go over to the Patreon. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And like us. Hey, and share this episode with a friend.
We're on YouTube, of course. We got our TikTok up and going.
Yep, TikToks. Well, probably not for this episode, but yeah, TikTok.
We might throw some in there.
So make sure to follow that.
Yeah.
We're global. And
watch our last episode and
Yep. And episode 118. But other than that, this has been episode 130.
I'd like to begin with a fact.
We love you guys. Be safe. Yeah, Glows. Stomping the pillow up in the jails, yo.
Stomping the pillows up in the jail, yo.
Yeah, Glow. That's how the lyrics go. I didn't write it.
It was Hillary Clinton and Rosie O'Donnell. They're not American.
Lock them up.
We're going to put them in Guantanamo Bay, too. I'm building it right now.
Deeper than
it's got a 20-foot wall.
They have brown skin, so I'm sure they're from Venezuela.